All right, Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 5. It took us a long time to get through this. There's reasons why. We don't need to get into it right now. But we have actually, we're over halfway into season 6 by now.
Yes.
Because we had a big marathon where we watched like 21 episodes or something like that in a row, like in a couple days with my kids. Or with the kids, our kids. And yeah, I mean, it was great to catch back up because a lot of wonderful episodes. And once more with feeling, we'll get there. That's next season. Next season. It was wonderful to revisit though. I was so curious on how it would hold up, and we'll discuss it next season. All right. So, Riley is gone.
Yep.
The thing that we did not talk about in our last review, which I couldn't believe, once we pressed stop and we walked away and I'd uploaded the video, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe we forgot to talk about the big stinger at the end of the season. It's only like a 2-second scene, of course, but it was still like the big setup. But I guess it's fine because it's like, let's talk about it here, right? So, Buffy has a sister? What the fuck? Dawn.
She does.
Dawn has been introduced.
Yeah.
So, do you remember the first time you saw that scene?
Yeah.
And your reaction to, like, who the fuck is this? Did
you...
Okay. Because we had time, you didn't watch this...
I didn't watch it as it was airing.
Right, so you kind of watched it on the... Okay, so you got to find out very quickly after.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
Did you, for the minute or two before you went to the next episode, or however long it was, did you just think that Buffy had a sister that we just didn't know about, and like she just came from her dad's?
Right. Yes.
And we were like, oh, she has a sister? Okay, we didn't know that.
Yeah, or like a sister, like a stepsister or something, maybe. But,
okay.
I mean, it was still very shocking because it's like, literally has never been talked about before. Like, we've talked about Buffy's dad, but like, we just have never talked about a sibling. So this is was shocking. It was definitely shocking.
So this is like Dominic Toretto having a brother in Fast and the Furious 9.
Right.
Out of nowhere.
It's exactly like that.
Except for he wasn't conjured as a key.
Yeah. He is, well, she is the key. She was conjured as a human, technically.
Yeah. She is the key.
To be technical.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was shocking. I think it's great, like, cliffhanger. It's a very, like, as you said, like, WTF, like, she's got a sister, like, well, what's happening? And, you know, they kind of, like, it's great because then, obviously, this whole season, up until they, you know, Buffy finds out what's actually going on, everyone is just like, this is Buffy's sister, Dawn, little Donnie. She's been here all along. Like, Xander's the guy that she's got a crush on.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just, you know, they don't address anything at all. It's just, like, they are totally gaslighting the audience and being like, she's been here forever. And I really like that because, you know, obviously as the viewer, you're like, she doesn't have a sister. Like, what is happening? Are we in some alternate reality? Like, what's going on?
Right.
And, yeah, I think it's very interesting and very fun.
I'm looking to see this episode of X-Files with whatever that guy's name was. I thought that was season...
It was the last season.
Is it season 9?
Yeah.
Do you remember what
No, like, it was like the new, like, the remake.
No.
Yes.
No, it was in the original show.
No, I'm almost positive it's from the remake.
No way.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. That was in the new season. So there's an episode of the X-Files where there's this, like, random new character that says he's been there all along. And of course they're, like, trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is up with this guy. He's not been around. But anyway, it just reminded me of that for a second.
Yeah.
Except for The great thing about Buffy, we talk about this, I hate to compare it to X-Files all the time, right? Because that's not, I don't want to do that too much. But where Buffy always succeeds in the places that the X-Files fails is that Buffy sticks to their guns. And, you know, with something like Dawn is a character that they could have easily brought in for like this stinger setup for a few episodes, right? And then eventually they they kill her off. I would have definitely guessed back in the day when this was airing that Dawn was going to be taken from Buffy and returned, and the world would be put back normal, right? That she was just going to be like a plot,
like device, basically.
Plot device,
yeah.
thank you, for the season,
Sure.
and that we would not get her. But like, Dawn becomes a main character,
yes,
and stays a main character for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And instead of getting rid of her, they kill Joyce instead.
Yeah.
Which is such a commitment. I love it. I love that they were like, no, we are fully in on this.
Yeah.
Buffy has a sister now. This is the reality they live in now. Like in an X-Files episode, if they were to introduce something like that, that would be resolved by the end of the episode. They would go back to the plot, like to the timeline we knew.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single show off the top of my head besides Buffy that does something like this and commits to it for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
4 seasons in.
Well, we've already talked about how, like, not only is there, like, this commitment to the bit almost, but, like, all the other seasons, like, things that have happened in season 1 are referenced, you know, in season 5 and season 6.
Oh, yes.
Like,
The continuity
everything
is
like, really, the continuity is great. So, even the, like, the false memories of Dawn kind of, like, play into things, too. Which is very interesting.
Well, and also, this is both funny and works for the show. So, like, much like that X-Files episode that I had referenced, Michelle Trachtenberg, who plays Dawn, is in the opening credits.
Yes.
Of season 5.
Yeah.
A character who is literally introduced in one scene,
Yeah.
5-second scene in the previous season is
Yeah.
in the opening credits, and Tara,
oh my god,
still has yet to ever be, and spoilers for the show, everyone, she will never make it into the credits because she ain't in the season 6 credits, and we all know what happens there. So it's almost insulting in a way that she's in the credits because she's this new character, but also at the same time, she's always been in the credits.
Right.
Because she's always been a part of the show
Yeah.
in this alternate reality. So I kind of love that at the same time,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
So, as I said, I'll give the show credit for committing to the bit. And sticking to it and rolling with it. I love that. And I love Dawn. And
me too.
Yeah, season 5... I love all the seasons. I definitely have my favorites and whatnot, but this has not went downhill at all for me.
No. I think season 5 has the best villain as well. I think Glory.
Okay.
I think Glory is my favorite of the villains. Like, the fact that she's a god, and I think that the actress that plays her does, like, such a good job hamming it up. Like, she really is just this crazy, like, maniacal god, like, a evil god, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels big.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels really big because, like, this is kind of the first time it has really felt like Buffy can't fight her. Like, they have these, run-ins all the time throughout the season where Glory's just beating Buffy up and Buffy has to, like, run away.
Yeah, I mean, Buffy's finally met her match without question.
Yeah.
It is in season 11. You were correct. The
I
Lost
thought
Art
so.
of Forehead Sweat.
Yes.
And the character's name is Reggie.
Reggie! Oh my god, I can't believe we forgot about Reggie.
Something.
It's such a funny,
That's a good episode.
funny episode. So much fun, and
So,
it's
yeah,
all about the
18 years after the Buffy
Mandela effect.
Yes.
Although he calls it something different. It's a really fun episode.
Yeah.
But like Mulder and Scully are just like, we don't have a third partner. Like, what are you talking about? But they
put him in
the
the
opening is
credits.
with it's great. If you've watched X-Files, you know it has a very iconic opening. It's just pretty much like the same as far as the Mulder and Scully opening goes. And anyway,
I will say though that this season starts with a pretty big disappointment in my opinion. Introducing Dracula and him being so lame. Like he's so easily defeatable. He's just such a footnote. And you would think that Buffy versus Dracula seems like a match made in heaven. The ultimate vampire versus the ultimate vampire slayer. And he's in one episode. And she defeats him very easily. Now, he does end up coming back at the end because he seems to be unkillable. Right? So I guess he's immortal. There's nothing they can seem to do to kill him. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want this guy for the season, right? But Glory is a much better villain than Dracula would have been. But it's just so... I don't know. He feels like a random monster of the week.
Yeah.
And it's Dracula.
Yeah.
It should be a few episode arc at least, and he should be a very formidable foe.
It's funny because it definitely feels like, you know, with the way the last season ends and then being like, your sister, and then the first episode is Dracula. It's almost like this misdirect or something. Like, yeah.
We also get a kind of mini boss villain in the first few episodes here in Harmony.
Yeah.
Who's trying to plot to be Buffy's arch nemesis with her lover, Spike.
They're such a bad... I mean, Spike and all of his, like, love interests are very unhealthy relationships, but I feel like, especially with Harmony, it just sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, Riley is in part of this season.
I feel bad for Harmony, even though she's a vampire.
I do too. She's very pathetic.
She is.
She's so pathetic because she's like still caught in like high school. It's almost like she was like just, you know, frozen, obviously, which makes sense because she was turned at graduation. So she's kind of like this perpetual like 18-year-old that's like on the edge of graduating and doesn't quite know what to do with her power and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Riley is... Oh, right. Riley is in this season.
It's a really long season, and because of the way we watched it, we, like, took a break.
So when does Riley leave? He leaves halfway through this season?
Yeah,
he leaves in this episode. Into the Woods. Episode 10. This is where he gets on the helicopter. Yep. I forgot. I thought for some reason in my head he fucking left at the end of season 4, but oh man, no, Riley doesn't... He leaves, but it's not until halfway through the season. That's right.
And Glory doesn't really show up until... Which is weird. Because I feel like the way we watched it made it feel like we watched like a whole extra season.
We didn't watch this show for like almost a month.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks. We took a long break because the girls weren't here for a long time.
Glory is actually in earlier. She's in before Riley, sorry.
Before Riley leaves, yeah. But yeah, I remember that to some degree now that I'm thinking about it, but anyway.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks, you know, doing these like this where we you know, we try. We try our best.
We try our best.
But it took us like months to watch this season, and you know, you can only remember so many things, and you know how we do it. We don't write scripts. We just go off the cuff. So this is the best we got. If they're not entertaining, I apologize, but this is how we do it. But yeah, I mean, this is of course where Spike has his dream of of kissing Buffy, and he's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, his
and this
obsession
starts
has
his
turned.
obsession.
Yeah, he's very obsessive and ridiculous.
And Kaylee's all here for it.
I am. I love Buffy and Spike, but I think they're horrible together, though.
He'd be better.
Suck.
He'd be better with you.
No. No, I love, it's funny because, like, yeah, they were always my favorite pairing, because I think Spike is just so funny. He's just got so much personality, like, especially compared to Angel, even though
Yes.
I did like Angel more on this watch through, so I'm not as much of, like, an Angel hater as I used to be, but Spike was always my favorite, and yeah, I like I think it's just the, like, enemies to lovers thing, right? The fact that they kind of like hate each other so much, but in that hatred there is like some level of attraction, although, you know, they don't really get together until the next season, and that's definitely when it's very, very unhealthy for sure. But yeah, like Spike has like Harmony dress up as Buffy and stuff, which is just messed up, and she's like, "I'm the Slayer." Her awful like acting that she does for him is so funny. And this season, he also he wants a Buffy bot built. Like, there's that episode that's towards the end, right?
I was gonna say, I think that's a tease for next season.
Sorry, yeah, the Buffy bot.
Buffy bot does not come in.
No, it
this
does.
season.
It
No,
does.
I don't think so.
Yes, because when at the end of the season, remember they have the Buffy bot for the beginning of the next season because of.
Oh.
So they do have
right.
the Buffy bot
she does
at the
a
end
fight
of this
at
season.
The end of, oh wow, that's
yeah,
this season.
literally, she's part of the finale because they like.
We just watched so many.
They like
episodes in a row.
trick Glory by having the Buffy bot come in and fight.
That's true.
So yeah, he definitely gets the Buffy bot, which is wild.
The fact that they're able to like make that kind of stuff work, the way that this show is able to blend kind of like seriousness with silliness,
Yeah,
is really impressive.
I agree. Yeah, because the show, there's a lot of really silly stuff that happens,
Super
but somehow
goofy.
when they want to be serious, it just still feels like you can drop back into the serious part too. Like obviously in this season, you already mentioned it, but Joyce dies, and there's like a 3-episode arc of some of like definitely the darkest episodes in this show, but they're really heavy, really awful, just like God, but a great send-off for such a main character. Like, also, to bring up X-Files again, there's a main character that dies at the end of the last season, the revival, that's, like, not even talked about. That it's like the most shocking death that we've ever... Like, shocking in that there's, like, they don't even address it.
No.
And X-Files has also done the same thing for other main characters that have died, and it's just been so, like, swept under the rug. Yeah. Whereas, you know, with this, we get a lot of time with Buffy and just the gang dealing with the fact that Joyce died.
Yeah, the episode The Body is
Oh my God.
heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, the show doesn't even bother with trying to, like, throw in some Monster of the Week type thing. It's like, no, this episode is purely for Joyce and her death.
Yeah.
And everyone grieving and everyone dealing with it, and Joyce's body being identified and finding out why she died from the doctors, and Buffy wrestling with her ability to deal with this, and Dawn, and it's just, you know, every episode of this show that we've watched, I would watch again for fun.
Sure, not that one.
But not The Body.
No.
I would never throw that on randomly.
No.
Right? The only way I'd watch that episode is if I'm watching the show through.
Yeah, that was one episode that has always stuck with me. I've always remembered it. Because it's like, this season is really, and next season for sure, but one of the things that I've always loved about this show is that Buffy goes through a lot of things, and because of the continuity, like the dedication to the continuity, like the things that she experiences like really affect and change her. Like sometimes in other shows you have characters that are, and you would expect it to be the case here, where she kind of remains a just like a stereotype, like caricature of her character. Like, that's the vampire slayer. Like, she goes through these things, but she just always bounces back. But it's just not the case. And in the episode The Body, I mean, she is like totally wrecked, and it totally changes like her entire point of view and perspective, and just her whole life, as it would, as death does for anybody, especially the unexpected death of a loved one like that. And it is so tragic because we spend so much time with Joyce being sick and in the hospital, and you're like, oh my god. And I think it's in this episode that Xander is like, well, Glory killed her, right? We gotta go get Glory, like somebody killed her.
Right.
But it really is just that she had an aneurysm and just a complication from her surgery, and it was just like life happening.
Which is
so
rarity
yeah.
in Sunnydale.
Right.
Every time somebody dies,
right.
It's like you can go and trace it back to the demon or the creature or whatever and go get revenge. You can prevent it by fighting this or that, and right? And it's like this time it was like Buffy literally couldn't do anything.
No.
Right? And this show right now is what it's doing is it's like it's changing the role that Buffy has, right? So like in the first few seasons, she's always leaning on Joyce, her mother, mm-hmm. and Giles, her, what father?
Like, not stepfather, no. Obviously, but he's her parental figure, her father figure. Yeah.
Father figure is good enough. And now, with season 5, they take away Joyce, they kill her, and then in season 6, Giles.
Yeah, Giles.
Ends up leaving. And she then has to start dealing with things as like an adult. And she's like, not even becomes a mother, like, basically.
She's
Dawn's so young.
22 or 23. Like, she's still, which is young, really crazy, because I remember watching this being like, she's an adult. Like, she's a full-on adult dealing with shit. Dude, it's crazy. Like, I mean, she doesn't, like, it totally blew my mind, like, actually, like, realizing, of course, she's only, like, 22 years old, but the episode I always will remember, so it is the girlfriend bot episode.
The Buffy bot episode.
Well, it's not Buffy, but, like, the girlfriend bot that leads into the
Buffy
right.
Bot. Sorry, yeah.
They have that whole thing, and it's kind of a goofy...
It's a goofy episode.
Goofy, but, like, kind of sad, too, because the bot doesn't, like... she's programmed just for that. So, but it is silly. And then literally the end, she goes home, and I'll always remember when she's just like, mommy, and just like that scene is so heartbreaking. And they play it again a couple times, I think, in the next few episodes, like in the opening, what you missed. But Joyce, like the way that actor looks, she's actually dead, I think.
Yeah.
She looks full on corpse mode.
She did a great job.
It's crazy.
It's a haunting shot.
Very haunting.
She literally looks dead.
She's super still. Her lips are pale and blue, and her eyes are just like dead and unseeing, and so scary. And as you said, there's nothing Buffy could have done. I mean, she tries to blame herself by saying, the ambulance, the EMT is like, even if somebody was here, we probably couldn't have done anything. And it's that probably that's getting her, where she's like, no, I could have saved her. I could have called somebody sooner. I could have, whatever.
That's what Buffy does, right?
Yeah.
She saves people.
Right, yeah.
And she couldn't save her mother.
Yeah.
Right, so of course she's going to blame herself because she's the hero.
Yeah. And
she's always saved everybody, even though there's like 780,000 vampires in Sunnydale. So
many.
She hasn't saved anybody. But yeah, Joyce's death coming at the end of such a goofy episode is so bold and so jarring, because you're just kind of like, oh, this is, while it can be somewhat sad, you're right, it's a pretty silly episode.
Yeah. Right?
And then you just like, oh, Buffy's going home. It's like, Mom, where are you? And you just think she's going to walk downstairs, and that's just it. Like, you never know when life's going to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And that's why it's not a heavy episode otherwise.
But that's why it feels so weirdly realistic.
And it's the kind of episode where if people, like, that's why this show is so good to me, is like, this is the type of episode that if you saw a trailer to it, like, the week before, you're like, oh, some, like, sex bot, like, I can skip that one.
Sure.
Nope.
No.
Because you'd come back the next episode and you'd be like, Joyce is, excuse me now?
Yeah, you'd be like, what happened?
How did that happen in the sex pod episode?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, every episode is important. And there's so, my God, the amount of times now that they've brought up things from random episodes.
I mean, from the first season, even.
It's crazy. It happens in almost every episode. They reference something.
Yeah.
That connects to some little thing that happened. Just the most minute, tiny little things, big things, mild things. It's definitely one of the best continuity shows I've watched. Especially of the time period, right? The time period in which this came in, nobody was doing this.
Yeah.
Most of them were like sitcoms. You know, I always make a joke about this, but like when I used to watch Married with Children, Al in the later seasons would always end up in like a full body cast, you know, and then the next episode, of course, he would be completely back to normal.
Yeah, which is definitely what would happen in, you know, like the X-Files and stuff. But in this show, like, the wounds that people sustain, like, they follow through into the following episodes. Like,
the amount of times
they have time to heal, actually.
The amount of times Xander has used this Halloween episode military training stuff,
which is great.
It's
good
used,
writing.
It's used like 3 or 4 times per season. It's crazy how often he's like, you know, like pulls up the index cards in his memory of that being that character for 10 minutes, right? And he has like a name for him. I forget what he calls him, like General something or other.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Me too.
I will always love that about this show. I was made to love you. Whew. And then the body and forever. Those, I mean, basically the end, the last scene of episode 15, and then 16 and 17 are just all Joyce. And then we get this kind of like monkey's paw moment where Dawn steals Willow's book. This is the very first hints of Willow abusing her power and giving Dawn like, oh, you want to bring your mom back from the dead? This won't hurt anything. It's not a big deal. And her like getting the book and going out with Spike. And of course, Spike's going to try to do anything for Dawn because he loves Joyce. And he, of course, is in love secretly with Buffy. And he seems to really like Dawn as well. He's like part of the family, even though he refuses to ever admit it to himself. And they go in and they get all the necessary stuff. And I am curious, how would Joyce have come back had she not torn up the picture if they opened the door? I mean, there's a possibility she did the spell right and Joyce was alive, right?
Yeah, but I think that she would have been different anyway, though. I don't think it would have been really Joyce.
That poor cave creature had to lose 2 of its kids for literally nothing.
I know. We were like, what the heck is
Broke
this?
one egg and then went back and grabbed another one, and then
thing.
He didn't do anything with the egg.
Yeah.
He brought Joyce back from the dead, which reminded me very much of the Are You Afraid of the Dark episode with the monkey paw and the grandparents pulling up to the door and walking up, and then they finally, before they open the door, they destroy the thing or whatever. I forget how they do it, but then the grandparents aren't there when they open the door. Very, very similar to that episode. But was Joyce fine? Did Dawn just pull the fucking plug too quick?
No, she wasn't. I don't think she would have been fine.
You think it's Pet Sematary? Sometimes dead is better?
Yeah. Yes.
What about the sometimes it's not? It's sometimes dead is better, right?
Yeah.
Not always.
That's how they get you.
Right?
Yep.
I want to be buried in a pet. They should have buried Joyce in a pet cemetery.
Yes, they should have buried her in a pet cemetery.
But I guess the rules don't apply to Buffy.
Well, not necessarily.
Because we'll get there next season. But it's funny that they're like, you can't meddle with that. Don't bring people back from the dead. And then 5 episodes later, they're like, well...
Of course. Of course.
If it's our main character...
Of course.
I mean, Buffy's dead for if you were to take like the end of like when she dies and then go straight over to the next season, Buffy's dead for 50 minutes, 45 minutes. Like this show is like they weren't fucking around, right? They were like, this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
If we even try to tease that Buffy's not coming back. But do you think people thought that this show was going to be like Buffy
Yeah.
takes over and Buffy was going to be dead? Like the actual Buffy was going to be dead?
Probably not. I don't know.
I would say
maybe.
some people were
Some
definitely
people
like,
might
fuck
have.
that, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely try to like tease that that's going to be the case in the opening of season 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she gives her life here, and then we'll get where with all that stuff in season 6. There's something really devastating they find out about bringing her back that hits really hard, and I think that's really cool and super interesting to explore, and actually explained away all the stuff because of where they think she went and all that. But yeah, I mean, we have the big showdown with Glory. You're right. Glory is the best villain of the show. Unfortunately, though, it is followed by easily the worst villains of the show in the next season.
Mm-hmm.
So they like hit a real high with Glory, and then the Three Stooges next season is where the show really starts to get fucking goofy. Still fun. Still enjoying it very much. Still really liking episodes. I still like that, but I do not care for them. I think that was a really big misstep, and just it becomes too silly. And it just with them, everything else besides them works just like everything else. And one episode or two with them would have been fine, but making them basically the big bads of season 6 was a bad idea. We'll get there, but I just think to contrast Glory and talking about like this season had a high. Oh man, it jumps off a cliff, just like Buffy.
Yeah, I think Gloria already said it though. I think she's the best villain. I like that her and Ben have, the connection and how they can turn into each other and all of that. I think that adds a lot of like drama and just interesting stuff, especially in the end. As far as like how she's able to even be incarnate in a human body as a god. Like I like the explanation there with all of that. And yeah, I think, obviously Tara gets her mind sucked, which is really devastating. There's a few episodes where she's like just insane.
Oh, man.
And it's really sad. Which also like plays into the next season, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean we get a pretty brutal and dark moment here. I mean, I am full support of this, but I think it's Buffy, right? Buffy wants to let Ben live with Glory in his body.
Yeah, she's gonna like
and she like goes to leave and be like, all right, like go off and live your life now. There's not really much you can do.
Right.
And Giles is like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's very dark.
And fucking
the Ripper comes out.
The Ripper comes out. He's for
like,
sure.
All right.
And ends her life. So yeah, Giles of all people is who kills Glory.
It sucks because they were so close to stopping everything. They just didn't know about that creepy demon warlock guy as being on her side because they were so close. I mean, they had defeated Glory. They literally had just killed Ben, which kills her. And if he hadn't cut Dawn, like, none of this would have really happened.
If you would have had me bet money, I would have 100% at the very beginning of the season thought that, I already talked about this, but I would have 1000% thought that Dawn would be the one to die and go away, and that doing that would reset the timeline and bring Joyce back and make things the way they were, and then Buffy could be like, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's something going on in your head. I've seen it. Right? But no. No. Joyce is dead. Dawn is forever.
Yep.
The night is darkest before the dawn. So,
True that.
yeah, Dawn is here to stay. And, yeah, I mean, it does suck knowing that Michelle died so tragically recently.
Yeah.
At such a young age, younger than me, which is wild. And, you know, with the new Buffy show coming out, I was, of course, hoping. I don't know how they'll address that in this new show. I'm hoping that we can have this show completely watched and reviewed and everything. We should.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine. I mean, I'm going to expect, though, that Buffy's season 8, or, I mean, technically, I don't know what you would want to call it, because there's technically like season 8, 9, 10, and 11 or something in the comics. Which now I'm like, when we finish this,
sure,
I'm going to have to hunt those down. I'm hoping Hoopla has them so I can read them. Because they're supposed to be canon, and they're supposed to very much go from the end of season 7 and address things like this show does. So has anybody read those? How do they compare to the show? Do they really stick with the continuity? Do they reference things like this? Do they do Monster of the Week? Do they, like, how does it compare? Does it feel like a genuine season 8, 9, 10? How many are there? I think it goes up to like 11 or something. Mm-hmm. Will the show that they're making right now address any of the stuff that happens in those comic books?
Right.
I am super curious, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And if I can get my hands on them, maybe we'll continue on past season 7 on the channel and talk about what happens in the comics. I would be down for that. If they genuinely feel like real stories that I felt like would make for genuine seasons. But man, I will tell you, I've looked into this and they are expensive as fuck. These are not easy to get your hands on for some reason. And when you can, they are pricey. You're talking $100+ per season at least for some comic books. So that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I wish we took notes. There's definitely things that happened during the season that I would love to talk about. I think the big thing, of course, to talk about here, which we talked about enough, is Joyce's death. The leaving of Riley. Do you think, I had asked you this when we watched the episode, do you think when Riley is on the helicopter and he like watches out for Buffy, do you think he gets on the helicopter and is like, I gave her time, I'm not looking out anymore? Like, even like,
well, yeah, that's why he's looking away.
You think he knows she's there?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, he gets on the helicopter.
He's a soldier, man. He's got peripheral vision, pretty attuned.
No, I
right?
don't think he sees or hears her because of the helicopter sounds. Because I think if he saw her, he would have like jumped off.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
No, I don't think so. I think he just didn't see her. I think it's that like they just miss each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember. Did Riley come back ever?
I don't remember either, actually, which is funny. I feel like he does. In season 7, maybe? I don't remember, though.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's good to have things that I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know, there has been a few things. I remember Joyce died, but I did not remember it happening like this, which is kind of shocking because this feels super unforgettable. And I don't feel like I will ever forget it again.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I thought someone killed her. I thought Glory killed her. And I was like, oh, yeah. But no, it's much more interesting than that. I like that it's this. I don't think killing Joyce by some creature would have been as impactful as, like, there wasn't anything you could do. Right? I think that's way more interesting. And I really like that idea. That Buffy, you know, despite her being this superhero, there are sometimes you just can't save people.
Yeah.
And that's a real fact of life, right? The best doctor in the world can't keep you alive forever. Right? There's an inevitability to life. And Buffy, when you're growing up, there's stages you go through from your adolescence, you know, into your adulthood where hard truths really start to dawn on you. And yeah, I mean, the loss of your parents is a pivotal moment for every adult. You know, most adults have to deal with that, and Buffy has to deal with it earlier than most, and she's already had to deal with so much, so many deaths, so much failure, so many mental traumas, and you know, to also then find out that your sister is, and that's another thing, right? Like, they all find out that Dawn didn't exist.
Yeah.
And none of them want to change it.
No, they all
like, well,
because
this
it's
is
not
the reality
her
I know.
fault. Like, she doesn't do it to them. It's done to all of them. And like, I think that they also just like, they think of her like she is a human. It's not like she's not a human. She was made into a human.
Right.
And so she has all these memories and everything, even though she's only like 7 months old or whatever it is. But
very dark city.
yeah.
And then another favorite scene, probably from this season, that we didn't address that we absolutely need to, is the big moment when Tara, you know, has her family come.
Yeah.
And she's gonna, like, you know, she's trying to hide, you know, this and that, and then Buffy and them are in the magic shop, and you know, you think everyone's gonna be mad at her.
Nope.
And Buffy's like, "You're gonna have to go through me."
Yeah, they take
and
her
it's
side.
like, she's our family.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful moment for this show.
That is wonderful.
So
yeah, I love that. Love that episode.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think that's.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of little things, like things that we miss and whatnot. So we'll leave that up to you guys. What are your favorite moments? What are your favorite episodes? What are the things that we didn't talk about that we should have? Unfortunately, this one we didn't have as much coherency to our memory of things because we broke it up way too much. But we are kind of moving at a blistering pace through this next season.
Yes, so we'll have a better memory.
But then my kids didn't come home this week,
we'll
so
get it figured
we're gonna
out.
try to get it.
So.
We're gonna try to get it finished here pretty quick.
Yeah.
And get the season 6 up quicker than this one because
we
put the Buffy season 4 though on hiatus. It was recorded for a month. Before we released it.
That's crazy.
So. This actually gave us a little padding for this one. You're gonna be like, wait, you just released the season 4 one.
I know.
This is quick, and it's like,
technically not.
Not really. So anyway, Buffy season 5.
Yep.
There you go. We gotta walk the dog. That's what Kaylee's doing right now. I'm trying to wrap things up for her because I have other things that I'm like, wait, hold on. Kaylee's not having it.
No.
So, all right, fine, we're done. Bye, guys.
Bye.